You know, this CW family member is one of the most versatile actresses in the biz. From making us laugh as Principal Ramirez in the animated series The Loud House, to bringing us to tears in the Hallmark movie Holly and Ivy. And let's not forget how she kept us on the edge of our seats in the thriller Spiral with Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. And then gave us all kinds of smart and feisty as socialite Hermione Lodge on the hit series Riverdale.
Let me ask you something. When you and Chad worked together, you outperformed him. Isn't that right?
Almost every week.
Okay. That's threatening to an alpha like Chad. He's vain, like Hiram. Every marriage has its ups and downs. And as for believing that you have plenty of time to start a family, honey, I think the accident might have shown you that's not necessarily the case.
And while working on all of these projects, our next guest finds time to not only bring attention to human trafficking, but to be a part of the solution. So please help me welcome a real-life superwoman, actress, producer, activist, and host of the new podcast, Hollywood Vigilante, Miss Marisol Nichols.
It's like the best introduction I've ever had.
See, I'm trying to have more jobs than one, so I figured like maybe the WWE might call me to be an announcer or something. I don't know.
Perfect.
They haven't. Was that good? That was good?
Yeah, I'll put in a good word.
Oh, you know what? This is why we are family members, Marisol. This is why we're family members, because I was telling you the last time you were here with the other Riverdale parents for a chat, it was in this room. Now it looks different. But we have so much to talk about, especially Riverdale, because fans at first thought like, oh, Hermione's gone, but then she's back in the mix. But that's how they are at the CW. You try to leave, but they pull you back in.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, and you know, they're about to do season 7, so it's pretty amazing that the whole journey is going to come to an end. And I've already spoken to Roberto because I hope to come back and be a little part of that story again before it ends.
What? You better come back, because I was hanging with Archie, a.k.a. KJ Appa, and I say hanging with him. I say it so people think I'm cool, but it was really at the upfronts that I saw him. Or they think we're hanging out off whatever. But I was hanging, and that's when he was like, oh, it's a final season. You better come back. Who do I need to call?
Okay, I will do my best.
Yeah, please do. Please.
Thank you.
If anyone can make it happen, it is you, because outside of acting, you dedicate your time to fighting human trafficking, slavery, and now you're bringing more attention to this cause with your new podcast. We have a quick look for our viewers, and then we'll discuss.
Oh, thank you.
Law enforcement understand that just because they're good cops doesn't mean they're good actors. And you need a good actor to get into the belly of the beast. And so when we met Marisol Nichols and her foundation, the Foundation for a Slave-Free World, we recognized that we had a secret weapon. Our percentage of success rate went from like 40% to like mid-90%.
All right, Marisol. So that was Tim. I've heard you guys' story, how you met. He was at Congress, like, testifying. Someone said he has to meet you. And now look at you two working together, joining forces to change lives, to save lives, millions and millions of lives. So talk to us about this podcast and what you cover each episode, because it's different from you going undercover, because you do the undercover stuff and the podcast is different.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I've been going undercover with kind of no one in my business knowing about it for about 9 years now. Mostly with Tim, we go to different countries and sometimes America and do different kinds of ops. And this podcast is a visual and audio podcast because I wanted to also show sort of behind the scenes of going undercover, right? So each episode, the first episode obviously features Tim. He's been my partner forever. And we take you down, you know, into the belly of the beast and show you what we do in order to catch essentially the bad guys, depending on whatever op we're doing. And we show some footage that we've had and some costumes that we've used and the tactics that we use to take down either traffickers or pedophiles. And then each episode also ends, just very importantly to me, to give the audience something to do. Because I tried to frame it in a way where you can learn about this issue without being overwhelmed. But as a parent, as a woman, as a girl, as a human being, you have to know about this because it is the 3rd largest criminal enterprise in the world, and it's everywhere. And so I wanted to do something to help and educate people, and the best way was to sort of, you know, here's all the secrets. Here's what we're doing.
Wow. Okay, so as you're speaking, this is what I'm doing. I'm going like this because I'm like, where is her cape? No. Oh. I'm like, where is the cape? Because you're like, as a parent, as a woman, as a girl, but you didn't mention as a superhuman because it does not even make sense. Because you don't, the thing is, when you're like a Hollywood actress on a popular TV show, you've been acting for so long, you have movies coming up, you don't have to do this. You can be like, all right, fine, I can just give my money or donate to a cause. But here you are, putting your life on the line.
Yeah. I mean, look, I was telling you during the break that you'd be surprised what you're capable of given the circumstances.
Yeah.
And I just sort of fell into this. I have my own nonprofit, Foundation for Slavery Free World, and Tim is actually on my advisory board and board of directors. But when he asked me to go undercover because he needed a female, he needed a female that could act. What am I going to do? Say no?
Well,
there's kids there.
I know.
There's women and children there being held against their will and in horrific, mind-numbing conditions.
Listen.
So if I can do something to help, and I have a skill set that helps because I don't look like a cop, so they don't see me coming, I can't say no.
Yeah, we love you for that. I hope you know this. We truly, truly do love you for that. And that's probably my excuse for stalking you nonstop as I do, because I just said to you, you were just in Winnipeg. You're like, how do you know? I was like, how do I know you're in Winnipeg with Palaha, filming a Christmas movie in June?
Yeah. And I love that. Can I just say that, like, I love that I can dive into this world, and it takes a while when you come back from an op to kind of become normal again, but then to go do something fun and normal and just be an actress is really nice. And it's I'm still trying to figure out how to balance it all.
Oh, please. I think you're doing fine. We don't see your cape, but we know it's there, and you're capable of whatever it is. Like you said, we put our minds to. Marisol, thank you so much for the work you're doing.
Thank you.
On, off screen. I'll continue to stalk you, support you however we can. And everyone, be sure to check out her podcast, Hollywood Vigilante, and I'm sure it's everywhere podcasts are available,
just
right,
Google
Marisol?
Marisol Nichols podcast.
Exactly. Just Google it, people. Google it. It'll be right there. We love you. See you soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.